In today's class, we will go through the chapter that is stoichiometry. Actually, in our CBSE class 11th, this is the chapter belonging to 11th class. By previous day, we have completed the chapters present in 12th class. Now, coming to this 11th class, first chapter we have, just 1 second, ma. First chapter we have some basic concepts of chemistry. Actually, some basic concepts of chemistry. Whole thing is called mole concept. Okay, that is first part of stoichiometry. After that mole concept, stoichiometry calculations. That is coming under second part of stoichiometry. So this completely, what about the stoichiometry and what are the topics present here? Entirely it is not possible, but we know the definitions. Those are atomic weight, gram atomic weight, molecular weight, gram molecular weight. These are all definitions we know. We are very familiar with that one. How to calculate the gram molecular weights of substances also, even number of moles. So directly in this today's class, I will go through the topic that is equivalent weight. What is meant by equivalent weight? Equivalent weight is simply defined as if you have any one molecule like MgCl2. If you have any one molecule like MgCl2. Now we can calculate equivalent weight of the molecule MgCl2 as well as we can calculate equivalent weight of magnesium and chlorine separately also. That's why when we want to calculate equivalent weight, we need to consider whether it is molecule or element. Okay, now first I am discussing with equivalent weight of element. Equivalent weight of element is equal to, here we have taken magnesium or chlorine in magnesium chloride. Magnesium or chlorine in magnesium chloride. Now equivalent weight of element is equal to gram atomic weight divided by, in this compound, what is the valency of magnesium? 2. So generally it is represented as N. Generally it is represented as N. Equivalent weight of element is equal to gram atomic weight divided by N, where N is called its valency, the element valency present in that compound. Okay, if you want to write chlorine, equivalent weight of chlorine is equal to gram atomic weight of chlorine divided by what is the valency present on chlorine? 1. So we will write 1 here. Okay, in this way we can define equivalent weight of element. In the same way, we can write equivalent weight of compound is equal to gram molecular weight of the compound. Let us consider this MgCl2 only. We want to know the MgCl2 equivalent weight. Then equivalent weight of the compound is equal to this gram molecular weight of this compound divided by same N, where N is equal to charge present on cation or total charge present on anion. Please don't consider -1. Total charge is -2. Total charge present on anion or total charge present on cation. That is these are the formulae useful to define gram equivalent weight. Generally this is gram equivalent weight only. Gram equivalent weight of element or compound. Okay, once again, gram equivalent weight of element is equal to gram atomic weight by N. Gram equivalent weight of compound is equal to gram molecular weight by N. Already you have little bit idea about this gram equivalent weight. Even in electrochemistry also we took the help of gram equivalent weights. Okay, this is useful for our doing calculations, and this equivalent weight for various substances can also be mentioned. Those are for acids. For acids, gram equivalent weight is equal to gram molecular weight divided by basicity. Basicity means number of replaceable hydrogens present in that acid. Basicity means number of replaceable hydrogens present in that acid. Next, for acid, for bases mark, gram equivalent weight is equal to gram molecular weight divided by this basicity. Here it will become acidity. This is acidity. So in this way, for acids, for bases, substances which will undergo reduction or oxidation, in that they will gain electrons or lose electrons. Everywhere this gram equivalent weight is equal to gram molecular weight is same only. This denominator only is getting varied. If a substance undergoes oxidation, it will undergo losing of electrons. How many electrons it is going to lose? That number of electrons we have to write here. Okay, so while we are doing the problems, you will be clear with this one, no problem. This is like, these are the useful formulae while we are doing the equivalent weights. Okay, and directly we will go through the problems, some problems we will explain in related to equivalent weight and even some typical problems in our material only. In our neat material I will go through. According to that we will go through the calculations. Majorly this stoichiometry is involved with calculations only. Is it okay? Now before going to the calculations, we have to remember one thing, that is one mole is also called as 1 gram mole. 1 mole is also called as 1 gram mole. If you take 1 mole of molecules, that is called 1 gram molecule. If you take 1 mole of molecules, that is called 1 gram molecule. 1 gram molecule contains 6.023 10 power 23 molecules. 6.023 10 power 23 molecules. If you consider element, it has atoms. If you take 1 mole of atoms, that is 1 gram atom. So if you see any sort of representation, this is nothing but they contain 6.023 into 10 power 23. If you take molecule, 1 gram molecule, it has 6.023 into 10 power 23 molecules. If you take atom, element, that is contained by 6.023 10 power 23 atoms, that is 1 gram atom. Okay, this is same, 1 mole, 1 gram mole, 1 gram molecule or 1 gram atom. Everything is same. Now coming with the under equivalent weight, 1 gram equivalent. In what way we are saying the number of moles, like this here, we will say simply 1 gram equivalent. 1 gram equivalent, like this. 1 gram equivalent is nothing but gram equivalent weight of the substance. This much weight is nothing but 1 gram equivalent. If you take 2 gram equivalents, then 2 gram equivalents will be nothing but 2 into gram equivalent weight of the substance. Depending on this, we can get one formula, that is number of gram equivalents. Number of gram equivalents is equal to given weight divided by gram equivalent weight. Number of gram equivalents is equal to given weight divided by gram equivalent weight. Same here also. Number of moles is equal to given weight divided by gram molecular weight. Number of moles equal to given weight by gram molecular weight. Number of equivalents equal to given weight by gram equivalent weight. This one is highly useful in normality. This is highly useful in molarity. Number of moles of solute present in 1 liter of solution is called molarity. Number of equivalents of solute present in 1 liter of solution is called molarity. Normality. This is normality. Okay. In this way, these two are differentiated. Actually, both are everywhere they are getting same like that only. Formula will be same. Here, number of moles equal to given weight by gram molecular weight. Here, number of gram equivalents equal to given weight by gram equivalent weight. This is about calculations means these are the useful formulae in doing the calculations related to the problems gram equivalent weight. Okay, now we will see some problems present in this material. Let us see them. Page number 59, under equivalents, under equivalent weights, this is 35, question number 35. Okay, 35 onwards they gave the problems related to equivalent weights in your material. This is volume 1 part B. Okay, we will go through what are the things we are going to get. Any difficult thing is there, also we will see. See. Which of the following acid? Actually, sorry, molecular weight of orthophosphoric acid is M. Molecular weight of orthophosphoric acid. Molecular weight of orthophosphoric acid is Kaplan. Its equivalent weight they asked. Okay, now orthophosphoric acid. Orthophosphoric acid formula H3PO4. H3PO4. Structure of this one is P double bond O, OH, OH and OH. Hydrogen which is bonded to oxygen, it is only getting replaced. That means the number of hydrogens bonded to oxygens, that number only is called basicity. This is acid and we have to calculate basicity. So how many hydrogens we have? 3 hydrogens. So basicity is equal to 3. They gave molecular weight M. They gave molecular weight M. Then what is the gram equivalent weight of this acid? Gram equivalent weight is equal to gram molecular weight M divided by 3. So answer is M by 3. Option 4. So what is the formula of orthophosphoric acid H3PO4? It has 3 replaceable hydrogens and 3 replaceable hydrogens is basicity 3. According to that we will calculate. Next, which of the following acid has the same molecular weight and equivalent weight? 36th question. Which of the following acid has the same molecular weight and equivalent weight? If the acid must contain same equivalent weight and molecular weight, its basicity must be 1. Okay, then gram equivalent weight is equal to gram molecular weight divided by 1. Both are said to be equal. The following H3PO2, H3PO3, H3PO4, H2SO4, H3PO2, P double bond O, OH, H, H. This is the structure of H3PO2. How many hydrogens are bonded to oxygen? That one only they are getting replaced. So only one hydrogen is bonded. So basicity is equal to 1. Basicity 1 means for this gram equivalent weight is equal to gram molecular weight. Okay. If you take H3PO3. H3PO3 structure P double bond O, OH, OH, H. Number of replaceable hydrogens only 2. So basicity is equal to 2. When basicity is differentiated by 1, definitely in that case gram equivalent weight and gram molecular weight will not be same one. Okay. So this is about H3PO3. H2SO4, fourth option. H2SO4 basicity 2. Next H3PO4. H3PO4 structure P double bond O, OH, OH and OH. 3 replaceable hydrogens are there. in which base city is equal to 3. In this way, these structures are very important. Note down them. H3PO2, it has only one replaceable hydrogen. Okay, so option is this one, because we have to get the substance which has gram equivalent weight and gram molecular weight both are same. Now, next question. In our schedule, we gave 2 days for this mark. First day some basic concepts of chemistry, and second day like the stoichiometry we gave 2 days. Means today and tomorrow. Today and tomorrow. We will go through some problems in today, and tomorrow we will conclude the chapter. Okay, what about the important calculations? Tomorrow also I will discuss. Okay, now next question. Equivalent mass of CaCO3. They ask now CaCO3. What is the charge present on calcium plus 2? CO3 minus 2. CO3 minus 2. So N is equal to 2 gram equivalent weight is equal to gram molecular weight divided by 2. Gram molecular weight of CaCO3 is 100. 100 by 2, 50. That is the answer. 50 is option 2. Okay, next. The following is not a fixed quantity. Equivalent weight of an element or compound that is getting changed by compound to compound, because that is depending on valency. Depending on the valency, it will be changed. For iron, it is not fixed. Fe plus 2, Fe plus 3. Okay, according to that it will be. Equivalent weight of K2Cr2O7 in acidic medium. K2Cr2O7 gram molecular weight 2 into 39, 78 grams. Chromium 24. Seven into 16. 112. This is 52 like that, 2 into 52, 104. Total it is 8 plus 2, 10, 14, 9, 294. Gram molecular weight of K2Cr2O7 is 296 actually. This is 54, 53. Then this is 106. This is 296. 296. In acidic medium, K2Cr2O7 is involved with 5 electrons. K2Cr2O7 is involved with 5 electrons. Cr plus 7 is changed to Cr plus 2. That one reactions we have to remember. Acidic medium like that we will remember. That one basic medium and neutral medium also I will send through WhatsApp. Whatever the K2Cr2O7 in basic medium and neutral medium also. Now in acidic medium, actually K2Cr2O7 contains Cr plus 7 oxygen state. It is changed to Cr plus 2. How many electrons are involved? 5 electrons. So what is the N value? 5. Gram molecular weight is equal to 296. Then gram equivalent weight is equal to 296 divided by 5, which is equal to 5 4s, 5 5s 25. Almost it is approximately equal to 50 okay na? Option is 49 grams they give. That is option 49. Approximately equal to 49. Okay. This basic and neutral medium, I will give the table of column. You can remember according to that. For K2Cr2O7. Same like this we can give for KMNO4 also. So I will just send that one regarding KMNO4 acidic basic neutral medium, and what about K2Cr2O7 acidic basic and neutral medium to you. According to that, we know the N value means easily we can do the gram equivalent weight. Gram equivalent weight is equal to gram molecular weight divided by number of electrons involved. This is happening in redox reactions. Okay, na? Next. Molecular weight of KMnO4 is capital M. In a reaction, KMnO4 is reduced to K2MnO4. This is question number 41. Molecular weight of KMnO4 is capital M. In a reaction, KMnO4 is reduced to K2MnO4. The equivalent weight of KMnO4 is. Okay, in this condition, we will do one thing, that is, what is the manganese oxidation number in KMnO4? That is +1 x 4 into -2 -8, x +1 -8, x -7, which is manganese +7. Okay, right side, what is the manganese oxidation number? This is +1, but 2 are there, +2, this is -8, this is x, means +6 you will get. Manganese +7 to +6. +7 to +6, change in oxidation number 1. Number of electrons will be involved 1 more. The number of electrons involved 1, so gram equivalent weight is equal to gram molecular weight m by 1, which is equal to m. If they give reaction like this, one compound is changed from one form to another form. Understanding ma? Now we have to see what is that main metal. Easily we will understand. That one will undergo change in oxidation number. Okay, what is the change in oxidation number of manganese from KMnO4 to K2MnO4? That is +7 to +6. Change in oxidation number is 1. So, if the change in oxidation number is 1, n value is 1. So, gram equivalent weight is equal to m by 1 is equal to m. Next. Okay, let us see 45th one. The equivalent weight of hypo in the reaction. We have to find the equivalent weight of hypo. The reaction they gave, that is 2Na2H2O3 plus I2 gives rise to 2NaI plus Na2S4O6. This is the reaction they give. 2Na2H2O3 plus I2 gives rise to 2NaI plus Na2S4O6. Okay, they give simply M. Gram molecular weight of hypo is equal to capital M. That is okay. But what is the change in oxidation number? We have to see carefully. Okay. Now let us see this Na2H2O3. In this sulfur oxidation number we have to find sodium plus 2 plus sulfur, let it be x mark, one atom x, then it will be 2x, oxygen minus 6 is equal to 0. 2x minus 4 is equal to 0, x is equal to plus 2. So what is the oxidation number of sulfur here? Plus 2. But how many sulfurs we have? Total we have 4 sulfurs now. Okay, later we will discuss that one. Now first oxidation number of sulfur here is plus 2. Okay, left side this is. Right side Na2S4O6. Okay, Na2S4O6. Now let us find the oxidation number of sulfur. Here. Now plus 2 plus 4x. Number of sulfur atoms present in Na2S4O6 will be plus 4. So 4x minus 12 is equal to 0. Because 6 into minus 2 minus 12. Then it will be 4x minus 10 is equal to 0. 4x equal to 10, x equal to 10 by 4, that is 2 5s, 2 2s, 5 by 2, that is 2.5. plus 2.5. Now conversion of plus 2 oxidation to plus 2 plus 2.5. 2 oxidation state is changed to 2.5. What is the increase in oxidation number? 0.5 for every sulfur. 0.5 for every sulfur. Like that. Actually we are calculating for hypo. Okay, calculating for hypo means we have to take only 1 mole. We have to take 1 mole. For 1 mole, what is the gram equivalent weight we have to find? Understanding, man? We should not consider 2 moles. Actually, stoichiometric equation, okay. They asked for hypo. If they ask for Na2S4O6, we have to see how many sulfur atoms? 4 sulfur atoms. Understanding, man? Na2S4O6. We have to consider 4 sulfur atoms because one molecule contains 4 sulfur atoms. Like that here, hypo, one molecule contains 2 sulfur atoms. So, change in oxidation number of 1 sulfur is 0.5. Next, change in oxidation state for 2 sulfur atoms, it is 1. Change in oxidation number for 2 sulfur atoms, it is 1 because change in oxidation number for 1 sulfur atom is 2.5. Na2S2O3 contains how many sulfurs? 2 sulfurs. So, change in oxidation number will be equal to 1. Then, gram molecular weight is equal to m. Gram equivalent weight is equal to m by 1. What is the answer? M, capital M. So answer first option. 45th one. It is first option. 45th one. It is first option. That is the reason. Understood, ma? If they ask same question, same reaction they give, and they ask for Na2S4O6, then change in oxidation number for 1 sulfur is 0.5. For 4 sulfurs it will be 4 into 0.5, 2. Then gram equivalent weight is equal to capital M divided by 2. For which one? Na2S4O6. But for Na2S2O3, it is for everything. Every molecule will be taken for 1 molecule only. 1 mole only we have to consider. In 1 mole, how many sulfur atoms we have? 2 sulfur atoms we have. So change in oxidation number 0.5 for each sulfur. 2 into 0.5 is equal to 1. Then gram equivalent weight is equal to m by 1, which is gram equivalent weight is equal to capital M. Okay, ma? This is about gram equivalent weight in reactions. In this way we have to find. They will not ask whole reaction. They will ask particular compound. So please consider that compound carefully. For which compound they are going to ask, according to the compound we have to see this calculation. Everyone, is it clear means? Okay, ma'am. Otherwise you can ask me doubts, no problem. Okay, I will clarify. I think maximum this one will be clear only. Okay, now let us see next question. Knowing the definition, it is okay. We have to go through so many different types of questions. Then only we will understand what about this concept fully. From which corner they will ask the question, we don't know. So we have to do all the models. We have to practice all the models. Next. See, equivalent weight of CuSO4 when it is converted to Cu to I2. They ask equivalent weight of CuSO4 when it is converted from CuSO4 to Cu to I2. Don't bother about Cu to I2. For calculating oxidation number itself, we have to consider one. But coming to CuSO4, what is the oxidation number of copper? Plus 2. Because SO4 minus 2. How many copper atoms are present in 1 mole? Only 1 copper. So we have to consider change in oxidation number for only 1 copper. Okay, ma? Now, right side, what is the oxidation number of copper? This is 2x minus 2 is equal to 0, x is equal to plus 1. So then, what is the change in oxidation number? It is 1. So n is equal to 1. Change in oxidation number is equal to 1. Then gram equivalent weight is equal to gram molecular weight divided by 1, which is equal to capital M. This is also answer m by 1. Next, gram equivalent weight of iodine in the reaction. They ask now again reaction. Let us see. This type of reactions are important. Okay. They give the reaction. H2O3 plus I2 gives rise to 2NaI plus Na2S4O6. Previous same reaction. Now what we have to find? They did not ask hypo. Last time they asked hypo. Now they asked iodine. So we have to concentrate on iodine. So left side I2. Oxidation number of iodine I2 is equal to 0 because it is in elementary state. In elementary state, oxidation number of any element will be equal to 0. Right side. We have iodine in which compound? NaI. So let us write NaI. Okay, NaI oxidation number is in iodine oxidation number in NaI is -1. Then iodine change in oxidation number is 1. But they asked iodine means left side iodine. How many atoms of iodine are there? 2 atoms in one molecule. Understanding? 2 atoms in one molecule. Then 2 atoms in one molecule. Change in oxidation number is 1 for 1 iodine. For 1 iodine, change in oxidation number is 1. Then 2 iodines. Change in oxidation state is equal to 2. For 1 iodine, change in oxidation number is 1. Then for 2 iodines, change in oxidation number is equal to 2. Then gram equivalent weight is equal to gram molecular weight. Actually, this is element. Element means gram atomic weight. M divided by 2. Answer is M by 2. 47th one. 47th one, second option. Okay, that is M by 2. What is that M? That is nothing but actually they consider it as molecule. Actually it is element. Okay, na? M by 2, no problem. Answer is M by 2 because change in oxidation number for 1 iodine is 1, but we have to consider 2 iodines. Na? Why we consider 2 iodines? They asked for iodine molecule. It contains 2 iodine atoms. So we have to consider for 2 iodine. If they ask for hypo, 2 sulfur atoms are present in one molecule. For the 2 sulfur atoms we considered in the last question. Okay, na? This is about that question. Next, equivalent weight of glucose in the reaction. 48th one we will see, man. Equivalent weight of glucose in the reaction. We have to find for glucose. Then the reaction is C6H12O6 plus 6O2 gives rise to 6CO2 plus 6H2O. They give gram molecular weight is equal to capital M. Okay. Now what we have to find? For glucose, we have to find the gram equivalent weight. In this glucose, carbon oxidation number will not be affected. Carbon oxidation number is going to be affected. Hydrogen and oxygen will not be affected. That one we will understand easily. Then we have to concentrate on carbon. Oxidation number of carbon 6x. Each carbon x. How many carbons we have? 6. 6x plus 12. Hydrogen 12 into 1 12 plus 6 into -2 is equal to 0. Just 1 second, man. (6x plus 12 plus 6 into -2 is equal to 0. Then 6x 12 minus 12 is equal to 0. 6x is equal to 0. X is equal to 0. So what is the oxidation number of carbon in C6H12O6? It is equal to 0 oxidation number. Right side. What is the oxidation number of carbon? Let it be carbon dioxide. X minus 4 is equal to 0. X is equal to plus 4. Change in oxidation number is 4. Change in oxidation number is 4. For how many carbon atoms? 1 carbon atom. But 1 molecule of glucose contains how many carbon atoms? 6 carbon atoms. For each carbon atom, change in oxidation number is 4. So whole change will be 6 into 4 is equal to 24. 6 into 4 is equal to 24. Then gram equivalent weight is equal to gram molecular weight divided by 24. Why did we write 24? That is for each carbon, change in oxidation number is 4. Like that, how many carbons are present in glucose? 6 carbons are present in glucose. That's why 6 into 4, 24. Then gram equivalent weight is equal to capital M by 24. Answer is 48th one, third option. Forty. 48th one, third option. Okay. In this way, if they ask reactions also, no need to confuse at all. Just for which compound they ask the equivalent weight. Please understand, man. For which compound they ask the equivalent weight. Okay. That compound, concentrate on that one. In that, which element will undergo change in oxidation number? How many atoms of that element are there? Now, for each one carbon atom, we consider change in oxidation number is 4. Like that, how many carbon atoms are present in 1 mole of glucose? 6 carbon atoms. So 6 into 4, change in oxidation number 24. Then that 24 is called N value, and gram equivalent weight is equal to gram molecular weight divided by N, that is gram molecular weight divided by 24, capital N by 24. Okay, this is about how to calculate equivalent weights. Okay, ma? Next, they give separate topic, that is oxidation states and balancing equations. Okay. Now, 62nd one, oxidation state of sulfur in acid molecule. You will come to know what about the calculation of oxidation state also. Let us see few examples, ma. After that, we will go to next model. Now, acid molecule is an elementary state. All the sulfurs are present equally bonded with each other. Then there is no electronegative difference. Oxidation state is equal to 0. In elementary form, oxidation state of that atom is equal to 0. S8, P4, O2, F2, Cl2. These are all examples for elementary state molecules. These elementary state molecules, oxidation state will be equal to 0. Next, 63rd one. Oxidation state of nitrogen N3H. Nitrogen N3H. Out of nitrogen and hydrogen, which is more electronegative? Nitrogen only. So hydrogen will get plus oxygen state. Okay. Every time in plus oxygen state, hydrogen will show only one oxygen state, that is plus 1. Actually, hydrogen can show 2 oxygen states. Those are plus 1 and minus 1. Hydrogen will show minus 1 oxygen state with metals only. Metallic hydrates. With metallic hydrates only. But here, this is not metal, non-metal. With non-metals, hydrogen will show plus oxygen state only, that is also plus 1. So this is plus 1. How many nitrogens are there? 3 nitrogens. We don't know the oxidation number of nitrogen. Then let it be X. For each atom, every time we have to consider, that is 3X. 3X plus 1 is equal to 0. 3X is equal to minus 1. X is equal to minus 1 by 3. This is the oxygen state of nitrogen, minus 1 by 3 in N3H. This is 63. Next, 64. Oxidation number of carbon in CH2O. Carbon in CH2O. Okay. Let it be oxidation number of carbon is X. How many carbons we have? 1 carbon. 1 into X. Plus, how many hydrogens we have? 2 hydrogens. It is bonded with non-metal only one. So it will show plus 1 oxygen state. So it is 2 into plus 1 plus 2. Oxygen, 1 oxygen, that is minus 2, is equal to 0, X is equal to 0. So oxidation number of carbon in CH2O is 0. 64. Next. 65. Oxidation state of nickel in nickel CO4. If you have remembered in carbonyl compounds, coordination compounds now. If you have remembered in coordination compounds, oxidation state of any metal in metal carbonyl is equal to 0. Oxidation number of any metal in metal carbonyl is equal to 0. That's why nickel in NiCO4 oxidation state is 0. Next. Oxidation state of iron in K4 efficiencies. K4FeCN6. We have to find oxidation number of iron. Potassium, it is first group. Every time first group elements will show plus 1 oxygen state. So it is plus 4. Each element, each atom plus 1. 4 into plus 1 plus 4. Iron we don't know, plus X. Cyanide, this combined cyanide minus 1. HCN. From HCN if you remove H plus, you will get Cn minus. That is minus 1. Totally how many we have? 6 are there. So plus 6 into minus 1, it will be minus 6 is equal to 0. X minus 2 is equal to 0. X is equal to plus 2. Oxygen state of iron in K4FeCN6 is plus 2. In NiCO4, nickel oxygen state is 0. N3H minus 1 by 3 nitrogen, carbon ox 0 and S8 0. These are the oxygen states. And this K4FeCN6 is 66th question. Okay, like this we can go to the calculation of oxidation numbers. Next. In which of the following the oxygen state? Actually, oxidation number and valency of oxygen in OF2, 67th one. 67th one, OF2. Oxidation number and valency of oxygen in OF2. Let us consider oxygen oxidation number is X. Fluorine is high electronegative. It is the highest electronegative atom with valency minus 1. Just 1 minute, ma. Okay. Fluorine is the highest electronegative atom with oxygen state minus 1. How many fluorines are there, ma? 2 fluorines. Plus 2 into minus 1 is equal to 0. X minus 2 is equal to 0. X is equal to plus 2. So what is the oxidation number of oxygen in OF2? Plus 2. Valency also 2 only, because O is bonded with 2 fluorines, with 2 lone pairs of electrons. Valency is also 2. So option is plus 2 comma 2. This is 67. 68th one. In which of the following the oxidation state of chlorine is plus 5? HClO4. Okay. Plus 1 chlorine X minus 8 is equal to 0. X minus 7 is equal to 0. X is equal to plus 7. They ask you plus 5, huh? Then next compound HClO3. Hydrogen plus 1 plus X minus 6 is equal to 0. X minus 5 is equal to 0. X is equal to plus 5. So answer is HClO3. Oxidation number. You have to remember oxidation number rules. Oxidation number of any element in its elementary form is equal to 0. Oxidation number of hydrogen is equal to plus 1 generally. Oxidation number of oxygen is equal to minus 2 generally, but in fluorides it will show plus oxygen state, plus 2. Like this we have oxidation number rules, follow that oxidation number rules to calculate these oxidation numbers. These remaining also just to go through, these are in this way we have to calculate oxidation numbers. Remaining just go through, if you have any doubts you can send to me. Okay, next. Mainly the doubts you will get in equivalent weights, that equivalent weights we have seen, and even how to calculate the oxidation numbers if you get equation part. If you get equation part, how to calculate the equivalent weights also today we have seen. For which compound they ask for the equivalent weight, we have to concentrate on that compound and accordingly we have to react. Okay, na? Otherwise it is very difficult. Next, stoichiometric calculations we will go through. That stoichiometric calculations in next class we will see. Now, page number 70. Page number 70, methods of concentration. Page number 70 in your material, that is methods of concentration. First one, 50th question, that is the volume of 0.025 molar CaOH solution which can neutralize 100 ml of 10 power minus 4 molar H3PO4 is. They give CaOH twice and H3PO4. Okay, how many hydrogen ions can be given out by H3PO4? That is 3. H plus ions. How many OH minus ions can be given by CaOH twice? That is 2. These number of OH minus ions and H plus ions present in base and acid are not same. Then we have to use the formula, that is M1V1 by N1 is equal to M2V2 by N2. When number of moles present on, when number of OH minus ions and number of H plus ions present on acid side and base side is not same, then we have to use the formula M1V1 by N1 is equal to M2V2 by N2. If we have same number of H plus ions and OH minus ions, we have to use the formula M1V1 is equal to M2V2. Anyways, anything okay? Okay, now let us see. What is this molarity? They give the molarity, volume of 0.025 molar. 0.025 molar into V1 we don't know, we have to find V1 only, N1 2. This is regarding CaOH twice is equal to right side H3PO4. They give the molarity 10 power minus 4 into volume 100 ml. When we substitute volume in ml, here also we will get volume in ml only, divided by N2 3. So V1 is equal to 10 power minus 4 into 100 divided by 3 into 2 by 0.025. 10 power minus 4 into the 100 means 10 power minus 2. Do this calculation, you will get the answer. So when we have not equal number of H plus ions and OH minus ions on base side and acid side, this type of neutralization reactions if they give, you have done volumetric analysis also in the practical exam. Okay, there we have to use the formula M1V1 is equal to M2V2. When we have no equal number of H plus and OH minus ions, we have to use this formula. Carefully remember this one. In the same way, if they give normality, we can use N1V1 is equal to N2V2. No need of N1 and N2 in normality. Directly we can use N1V1 is equal to N2V2. Okay? In this way, any neutralization reaction problems also we can do. Okay, in tomorrow's class, we will go through further stoichiometric calculations, volume, mass ratio, calculations, mass calculations like that. Some calculations we have, that calculations and some calculations related to molecular formula also we will do. Accordingly, we can conclude the stoichiometric topic tomorrow. Okay, for today it is okay. And what are the topics present and what are the topics today we have discussed according to the practice there. Any sort of doubts you can send to me through WhatsApp. Okay, Thank you all.